Obviously, deportation has peaked during the Obama administration. Do you feel that Joe Biden should have to answer for that?
There is no question. Anybody who's running for president has to obviously speak to their record.
Every candidate is going to have to answer questions about their record, their experience, their plans for the future.
Well, there you see 2020 Democrats Julian Castro and Kamala Harris calling on frontrunner Joe Biden to answer for his past positions on immigration. What do we know about his record and where he stands today? Joining us now, president of District Media Group and fellow at the Independent Women's Forum, Beverly Hallberg. Good morning, Beverly.
Good morning.
One thing that strikes me before we get into the specifics of Biden's record is how these other Democratic candidates, and there are a lot of them, they're not really leaning in too hard. That, well, everyone's sort of got to answer it. They're not really directly challenging the former vice president.
And even in the way they answered those questions, they didn't even say Biden by name. These were just answers, responses to questions that were being asked of them. But I do think because Biden is the front runner at this point of time, that they are going to have to hit him hard on some issues. But the thing is, when it comes to immigration, I'm not sure that the whole of the Democratic Party is as progressive as some of these candidates are on immigration policy. Even a recent poll showed that when it comes to Americans, including voting Democrats, they actually are more willing to call the situation a crisis. It's gone up about 11 percentage points since January. So I think they have to be careful on how progressive they want to take this issue. I think Joe Biden is in a better lane for that.
Very interesting point you make, because if you go back to 2006, he might not have used the word crisis, but then Senator Joe Biden made it sound like it was one. Watch.
I voted for a fence. I voted for 700-mile fence. Why I believe the fence is needed is not related to immigration as much as to drugs. It's all coming up through corrupt Mexico.
You got 11 million illegal aliens here. They have to have a way to earn their way into the deal. This is an amnesty. They're required to take 11 years' worth. They pay a fine. They got to learn to speak English. They got to pass tests.
So there you are. He's on camera, and we've got the record. 2006, actually voted, didn't just talk about it, voted for 700 miles of border fence. Now, obviously, he opposes a border wall, fence, whatever you call it. And in terms of sanctuary cities, in 2007, he was against cities that defy federal immigration law. 2019 does not support a crackdown on those very sanctuary cities. Sounds like a hypocritical record.
Well, it's not just him. When you talk about in 2006, that Secure Fence Act, he had two colleagues. Then Senators Obama and Clinton also supported this fencing, the 700 miles. So Democrats have changed their tune. But I want to bring up another point that even Biden did talk about years ago, and that is he actually proposed that employers who hire undocumented workers should be put in jail for hiring them illegally. So he has a lot to answer for. What we are seeing, he hasn't come out with a policy position fully on this area, but a spokesperson did come out and say that one of the areas that Biden is firm on is he does want smart border security. I think that's going to include some technology, but he has a lot to answer for because, as you saw in those clips, he's been very forceful in his rhetoric and his positions on immigration.
Beverly Hallberg, some very interesting points this morning, especially because when you listen to then Senator Biden talking about drugs coming across the border, sounds a little bit like President Trump, which the Democrats now say is extreme. They were saying it themselves. Beverly, appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
All right.